I wanna dance today. I wanna dance today. I wanna dance today. I wanna cook today. I wanna cook today. Y'all see my pot? My pot says this kitchen is made for dancing. Now let me tell you something. You young folks, don't go around stealing my dance moves, okay? This 60-year-old got some moves, honey. Got some moves. But y'all don't be stealing my moves. That's what I'm talking about. Just a little something. A little something. So, you know what else I want to do today? You want to know what else I want to do today? You want to know what else we're going to be doing today? Here, cooking with Lady D, we're going to be making macaroni and cheese. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a biggie. It's a favorite for so many people. They want to know, how do you make your macaroni and cheese? Now, everybody thinks their macaroni and cheese is the best. I think my macaroni and cheese is the best, actually. And it could be. So, what I've done, I'm out of breath. Just for that little bit of dancing. Just for that little bit of dancing, I'm out of breath already. Now, I think this came from excitement. Excited to be here to share with you all. All right, let's get busy. What I've done thus far, I boiled water and I put in a 1 pound box of elbow macaroni, 16 ounces. That's what we needed. All right. And what we do is we let it boil for maybe about 3 minutes, no more than 3 minutes, because you have to keep in mind it's going to cook in the oven. And we don't want mushy macaroni and cheese. So it's ready. I'm going to go ahead on and drain it. Let me just walk over to the sink and I'll be right back. Be right back and you'll be able to take a look at the ingredients that we're going to be using. So just give me a second here. Let me drain it. Okay. Woo. This thing is hot. It's going to be good though. They are cooked perfectly. Cooked perfectly. All right. So now that I have drained the macaroni, give me 1 more minute. Bring this pot back over to the stove. There we go. So it has been drained. All right. So I'm going to go over the ingredients next. As most of you know, what I always do, I try and go over all of the ingredients. This way you have a chance to write them down rather than having to go back and forth in a video trying to figure out what you need. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Mac and cheese is so easy. It's so good. It's just awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is go over the ingredients. That's what we're going to do. All right. So what I have here, let's see. I'm going to pick each one up. I have 3 cups actually of cheddar mild cheese. 3 cups. So that's 24 ounces. I have 8 ounces of Colby cheese. 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. And 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese. In addition to the cheeses, we do have cream cheese, 8-ounce cream cheese. We have sour cream, a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I have 2 eggs, black pepper, about 2 teaspoons. We have adobo, about 1½ teaspoon. And I'm going to use 2 packets of my Goya. Then we have our milk, our carnation milk, and this is about 12 ounces. I'm also going to bring in, just in case we need it, it really depends. So this is about a 1/2 cup of water. So I'm just going to sit that 1/2 cup of water right there. And we're going to get started. We're going to get started because we want to start working while these elbow macaronis, while it's still hot. So we want to get started. I'm going to put it in the main pan. I'm going to remove our dancing pot. Oh, yeah, we had a good little dance today. So we're going to move the time for you to go. Time for you to go and get out the way. All right, so moving a little swiftly because it's hot and I need some things to melt in it. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cream cheese, 8 ounces. I'm going to put that in the elbow macaroni. And I'm going to move that around a bit. Preferably putting the macaroni on top of it and pushing it to the bottom so that it can melt nicely. Okay? And it's doing okay. This eye is hot, so let's see here. Let me see what I can sit on there. Because I want you all to see what I'm doing, so let's try this. There we go. It's better. Okay, so that cheese is melting really, really nice because the pasta is indeed hot. Now, you got to keep in mind, as we put these ingredients together and we put them on the hot pasta, we can't put anything on the elbow macaroni that is going to fry. For example, we're not going to put the eggs in until after we put the milk in, because the eggs will start to cook. The eggs will start to cook, and that's not what we need. All right? So I want you to take a look. Look at that. You see that? So it's melted nicely. It's going to give it extra creamy taste. An extra creamy taste. Yeah. I'm trying to get this audio thing together, you guys. Like I said, I'm not a techie person. So until I can figure it out, I got a little speaker there. Because there's, you want to hear me. You want to hear what I'm saying, I'm sure. All right. Next thing, we have 1 stick of butter. I didn't already mention that in my ingredients. Don't remember right now. We're going to go ahead and drop that stick of butter in. And we're going to go ahead and let that melt as well. This looks good already. Do you guys do macaroni and cheese like this? Come on, try it my way. I'm telling you, people fight over my macaroni and cheese. Every time I have an affair or a get together, I always have to make like 2 big pans. Everything else could be 1 pan, but mac and cheese, 2 big pans. Because folks eat it and want to take some home as well. All right, so all that's been incorporated nicely. Uh-oh, look at me making a mess. And you know I don't like a messy kitchen. But I'm up here making a mess because I'm excited. This is what happens when you make mac and cheese. You get excited. Next thing you know, you're spilling the macaroni somewhere where it shouldn't be. But you know me, I'm cleaning it up right away. Right away, Captain, right away. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and drop that in the trash. All right, so now that's been incorporated. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to put in the sour cream. So see right there, this is a lot of creaminess going into this. That's the sour cream. I need to pay attention. So while I show it to you, so none of this will spill over. There we go. So that's the sour cream. So in here we have cream cheese thus far, sour cream, and a stick of butter. That's what we have already. Now, the next thing I like to do, I like to just do 1 packet of Sassoon right now. Just 1. Okay? Just 1. Because this way I know that the flavor is going on the macaroni itself rather than just on the cheese when we put the second pack on. There we go. There we go. I tell you, the holidays are approaching. But macaroni and cheese is not just for the holidays. It's for any time. Anytime. I cook macaroni and cheese, let's say, maybe at least what? I would say maybe about 12 to 15 times a year. That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, 12 to 15 times a year. That's a lot of macaroni and cheese, 12 to 15 times a year. But trust me, it's being ate by people that love it. Okay, so now we've done that. So now I'm going to go ahead on and I am going to add the milk. Okay, so the milk is going to actually cool everything down. It's going to cool everything down. Yeah, I think you guys can see it's nice and creamy. Nice and creamy. We may not, sometimes I always just hold on to about a half a cup of water to the side because for some reason, sometimes when cheeses are a little thick or whatever, it absorbs the milk. But just in case, I always have it there because we're going to need some creaminess and some milk for this to cook thoroughly. All right. So now the next thing we're going to add are the eggs. But now I like to take my eggs and beat them up a little bit. I like to beat my eggs up. This way I know it's going to be evenly distributed. There you go. Put your eggs in. Put your eggs in. We're working. We're doing this. It don't take long at all. I could have did this live, huh? But it doesn't take a long time at all. Not at all. All right. So finally, I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to add my black pepper. I'm going to add the sazon. And I'm going to add another pack of, the adobo. That was adobo. And now the sazon. When I do my mac and cheese, I don't use a whole lot of seasoning. I use, just enough, but not a whole lot. It's all about the cheeses. It's more so about the cheeses than the different seasoning. This looks good already, don't it, y'all? Come on, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Wasn't you taught to tell the truth? Tell the truth. Don't it look good? It looks good. All right, so if you stir that in a bit. Now, we're going to add cheeses. However, let me tell you something. This is one of my little secrets. I am going to take just a little bit of the mild cheese, put it in the cup, just a little bit, and a few pieces of the sharp cheese. Put it in the cup. And I saved this for last because when the mac and cheese is basically done, I then top it. I top it with these cheeses, and that way we have extra cheese on top. Have you ever seen macaroni and cheese? People make macaroni and cheese, and when they make their macaroni and cheese, they got all this cheese on the top. And everybody's like, oh, wow, that's a cheesy macaroni. Look at all that macaroni and cheese on the top. But then when you go inside of it, there's no cheese inside. The cheese is just on the outside. Well, that's not our macaroni and cheese. That's not how we roll. All right, so now, boom, here we go. I'm going to go ahead on, pour in all of the mild cheese first. Just give it a little toss, work it in a little bit. And see, as we work it in, it gets a little drier. But it's being, let's see, I'm sorry. I didn't pull it down. So I poured in the mild cheese, and I'm working it in a bit. And as we work it in, it gets a little drier. But the creams are still there. Everything's going to pump itself up. Go ahead and put my Kobe in. The Kobe cheese in. And I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to put the sharp cheddar cheese in as well. This is going to be a dynamite mac and cheese dish for sure. Listen, it's a good time to start practicing now. If you guys want to master this macaroni and cheese, practice it now. That way, if you have guests coming up for the holidays or special occasion, hey, you already got it down packed. Now, I used a 16-ounce box. That's 1 pound of mac and cheese. It's quite a bit. I would say, well, depending on how much you want to put, depending on how much you're going to put on your plate, this can actually serve at least, I would say 10 people. 10 people or so. All right. And guess what? We're done. Now, what I do want to add a little of this water. So what I did, I put a half a cup of water. And there it is. There you go. So that water woke everything back up. Okay? It woke everything back up, giving us even more moist. And I'm going to tell you, it's about ready. Just like that. Just like that. It's about ready. So we're going to do this. And we're going to go ahead and put it in the bowl. Now, this is the trick that a lot of folks may not know. And that is how to put it in the bowl. Because I don't just pour it all in the bowl at one time. So, let me see what I'm going to do so that you can see it as well. I'm going to push this back. And I'm going to put this bowl in front of me. Y'all see this bowl? I use this bowl a lot. I use this bowl a lot. And the reason is I have this bowl. Let me see. Y'all know in my videos, I like to go way back. You know, I like to go way back from years ago. Way back, baby. But I bought this bowl. It's a set of two. And I bought it from Brooklyn, New York. There's a place that's called Belmont Avenue. That was right near Pickett Avenue. And you had a lot of vendors over there. It was predominantly Jewish vendors over there. And they sold so many good items. And I believe for maybe two of these, and these are heavy, it must have been maybe $6, if that. And you want to know when I bought this, girl, guy, everybody? Here I go. You all ready? Honey, it was in the 1970s. Yes, the 1970s. I'm acting like that was my favorite time, right? Nah, every year, and every day is my favorite time that God puts breath in my body. That's how that works. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead on and start to put it in the pan. We're going to put it in the pan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's not a difficult meal to prepare. Not at all. Okay, so now that I put it in the pan, so it's halfway filled, that's when I take my mozzarella and I drape it on top. This way, when you dig into it, you're going to dig. The cheese is like a hidden secret in the middle. That's what it's like. It's like a hidden secret in the middle of the mac and cheese. So, hey, when you get ready to cut out a piece of my macaroni and cheese, I suggest you go from the top and take that spoon all the way to the bottom, honey, because there's something going on in the middle. You're going to miss out if you don't do it the right way. There we go. This is pretty good. And this is actually a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just fill this up a little more. And I have two separate dishes. In the event you're single, or if you just want to make individual dishes rather than a big pan like this, you can do so. You can do so. All right, this one is ready. It's ready, honey. This is ready for the oven. But I have extra mac and cheese there. So I have some nice little personal, hold on a minute, personal pots here, little pans. I'm going to give it a little bit of spray. Just a little bit of spray. Just a little bit of spray. And I'm going to take the remainder of the mac and cheese. Put some in there. Don't forget about the secret in the middle. And then put a little bit more on top. There we go. That one is ready. And let's do the next one. Put that one in here. You know, there are times when I make only individual portions of mac and cheese. I think it's kind of cute, especially if you're setting up like a buffet area. I'd make mac and cheese and put them in cupcake pans, so it comes out looking like a little cupcake. And, you know, I call this macaroni and cheese, maybe because, you know, I'm from the South. But there are other folks that call this macaroni pie. Okay? Some people call it macaroni pie, and some people call it mac and cheese. But either way, it's good, and it's going the same place in your belly. It's going the same place in your belly. There we go. So, guess what? That's it. We're done. We are done preparing our mac and cheese. Here it is. Nice and clean area here. And what I'm going to do is take it and put it in the oven. I had the oven preheated. Let's see. Make sure. I I had it preheated at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. I'm going to go ahead on and put it on 370. Now I'm going to put it on 400. Now here's the thing. It depends on your stove, okay, as to the temperature and the time that you're going to allow for cooking. It's definitely going to depend on your stove, the type of stove you have, and how quick it heats up. All right, now I have a gas stove. Let me tell y'all something. I'm in love. I'm in love with my gas stove. That's what I'm in love with. I haven't had a gas stove in over 23 years since I left New York and I moved to Charlotte about 23 years ago. And just about every stove in the South is electric. Okay? So that's all I've been using. So I had to get accustomed to using it. But I recently moved to Georgia. Yeah, baby. And I love it here. Good place to live. And when I bought this house, I was stunned that it had a gas stove. A gas stove? I'm like, whoa. I was so excited that I didn't even keep the stove that was in the house. I went and bought another stove because I wanted everything to be new. So I went and bought myself a nice gas stove. Right? I got some stories, don't I? But it's okay. Listen, we're going to put this in the oven. I'm going to let it bake for about 35 to 40 minutes. And what happens is, the way you know that it's cooked, you're going to take a fork, and when you press on it, and if you see milk coming up, it's not ready. You need to put it back in. Okay? Now, if you press on it and it's not milk, but rather cheese, then come on and take it out. But it should take no more than 35 to 40 minutes. All right? So listen, hang tight. You know how that goes. The time is going to go by really quick, and we'll be right back. We are back. And I cannot believe it. You know, I got this little microphone there so that you can hear me when I speak. And when I went to put the mac and cheese in the oven, I realized it wasn't even turned on. So now I don't even know how the volume is going to be. I apologize. I guess I need a sound man. You know, they have those sound men. I don't know. Listen, can't afford no sound man. But I need to just take the time to check. Well, while it was cooking, look what I was doing. I was in here acting up. I made this bread pudding. I made it yesterday. It is so good. Look, it's like you know those pull-aparts? See, it's like a pull-apart cinnamon roll or whatever, and you eat it. Oh my God, it's so good. I took it out of the refrigerator and I warmed it up. It is so good. The video is online there. Videos on YouTube and Facebook if you want to see. Now, you know, this is called a dancing mac and cheese. This is a dancing, because this mac and cheese is going to make you want to dance. So we got to do our little dance. Now, you remember the butterfly? Well, some of y'all do. I know. Now, look, now you got to hold your hands here. You know, butterfly got wings. Then you're going to bend your knees in and you're going to go in and out. But the key is you got to fix that lip. You know, you put it out like this here. Because that means you know what you're doing. So let's try it. There you go. Oh, Lord, the knees, the hips. All right, it's ready. Let's take a look. There we go. There we are. It is ready. Now, these little ones, they took about 20 minutes because it's in an aluminum pan, number one, and it's a smaller amount. This big tray, it's in a heavy glass bowl. So this took exactly 30 minutes. And it looks delicious. So what I'm going to do now, it's steaming hot, y'all. It's steaming hot. But, ooh, this plate is hot too. So I'm going to go ahead on and bring up a piece and let you guys see how this looks. Look at that. You'll see how it's coming out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can y'all see that? This is mac and cheese, honey. So I'm going to go ahead and get some out and put it on a plate for me. Woo! 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 Okay. This is mac and cheese, baby. It's mac and cheese. It's a dancing mac and cheese. So We're going to have to taste this. Woo! Yes! We're going to have to taste this bad boy. I know it's delicious. I know it is. Now, it is hot, you guys. And like I told y'all, I'm not trying to scald my tongue with no hot food. But I do got to give it a taste test. Just a little. Oh, God, it's so good. It's so hot. Let's see. I don't want to be too hot. I don't look crazy here. Trying to eat something. Oh, no. Y'all see that smoke? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to have to wait a second. Y'all just got to give me a moment. You got to give me a moment. Because that is really, really hot. That out of the oven. But the thing is, when you cook this kind of mac and cheese, you do not have to wait for it to cool down. It can go straight to the dinner plate, straight to the lunch plate, straight to a breakfast plate. Whenever you want to eat it, it can go straight there. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I know what it tastes like. It's delicious, but you know how I like to see y'all eat, so y'all should like to see me eat too. So here we go. This should have cooled off a bit. Why is it so good? Tell me, why is it so good? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Listen, that's it. Once you try this recipe, you're not going to go back to any other recipe. This is a Southern mac and cheese with a Northern twist that is absolutely delicious. You hear me? That's today's meal. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to go and check me out on YouTube. If you're not already on YouTube, you're going to go to Google, type in Cooking with Lady D. The link will pop up. And either check me out on Facebook and on Instagram. Please, please subscribe, click like, follow, and invite your friends. Listen, don't keep this to yourself. That ain't right. Don't keep this to yourself. Let everybody else know how to do it too. I love you guys. Have a good one, and thanks for joining me. Take care.